Good morning, resellers. I'm showing this to illustrate how change occurs. Yesterday, I had the door open, the sun was shining, and it was about 60 degrees, maybe a little warmer. I even grilled out. And this morning, there was snow on the ground. Change happens. Well, I'm gonna go to the storage unit and take a few items over there, pick a few items up and bring them back to ship them. I forgot to do my pickup request for the mail, so I have to take them to the post office, which is fine. But I'll get that done. I've got to do some thrifting today because I don't have anything to list. So that is my plan of attack for today. And I'll take you along with me. Maybe we'll talk about something. Who knows? Anything can happen at this point because change happens. That's what it does. I'll get back to you. All right, we're out of the house. I've been running late the last couple of days. I've just been tired. And that's because there's been a change in my sleep pattern that I'm fine with. I made that change. But it has caused me, I'm not used to this change yet, so I've been a little tired. And speaking of that, time is going to change tomorrow night, 2 a.m., going into Sunday. And here in the Midwest, we will be springing forward an hour, which is going to cause another change in my sleep pattern. But you know, change is something you grow accustomed to. And while we're talking about change, and change seems to be the theme of conversation, notice that it's one-sided because I'm talking to myself. But, you know, change is on my mind this morning. And so I put forth the question to you: if you want to move forward in your business, what is one thing that you would have to change? Identify one area that you would have to change. I'm sure there are several maybe. But let's focus on one area that you would need to change to see a marked difference in your business. Identify something that you would need to change, and then let's talk about why change is so difficult. You know, there are a couple of reasons. Number one reason is, and the reason why we're resistant to change is, we are comfortable in the pattern that we have. And humans like their comfort. That's why there are comfort foods. That's why there are comfort inns. That's why, you know, we like creature comforts. Humans like the feeling of comfort, as well as other species, I suppose, but we really enjoy comfort. And if you start talking about change, you're going to have to interrupt that pattern of comfort to do something different until that different thing becomes comfortable. And that's effort. You know, falling into a routine and a pattern is easy. Interrupting it is very difficult. So we are resistant to change in the beginning. One of the ways to break through that resistance, is to understand why you need to change. Understand the steps that you are taking to make that change, and understand what the outcome will be. And once you can internalize those and logically understand why you're making the change, and you know what you're going to change, how you're going to change it. Once you have processed that intellectually, then it's more easily to take that to heart and make that change. One of the things that I have struggled to change my entire life are my eating habits. And lately I've decided that I have taken the wrong approach most of my life, in that I have tried to make a drastic, severe, painful change. And it was just too much for me to manage. So these days, I am trying to make more minor changes that show me less in progress. The progress is slower, but I know that it's an entire lifestyle shift. So I'm willing to make a different change, but it's still uncomfortable, and I still struggle to get through that change. So identify your change. Identify the habit that you need to change. Identify the steps that you need to take to make the change. Understand why you're making the change, and then think about what the outcome will be. Those are the steps that you should take. And then find some support system that will help you stick with that change. Maybe it's an accountability partner. Maybe it's someone that you need to just coach you, to give you a pep talk. And if that's it, find that person. If you don't have someone in your life that can do that, send me a message, and I will be that accountability partner for you. I don't care if it's a Facebook message. I don't care whatever it is. But that's that will help you stay on track. If find that accountability partner that can kind of talk you down from your resistance and move forward with that. And I celebrate the fact that I am a woman and emotional and hormonal and cry over nothing. I could cry for you right now if I wanted to, but I won't. But anyway, today's going to be a theme of change. We're going to talk about change. I'm going to talk about something that I'm going to change. And because I really want to push my business further. I've got some real specific goals that I'm trying to reach. And I've languished. And I've had some failures. Failure is fine. I am fine with failure. Failure is important because failure leads to success. It really does. As long as you keep trying, even if you keep failing, eventually you will succeed. So we're going to talk about that a little later. Right now, my car is completely loaded. The trunk is loaded. The back seat is loaded. It's just nuts in here. And I'm at the storage unit, so I'm going to unload all of this stuff. I'm going to pick up a couple of items that I sold, and we'll talk about what they sold for, and then we'll talk more about change a little later. You guys stick with me. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back with you. I've got the things that I need to get ready to ship, and I thought I'd show you those real quick like. I only have 3. There have been a couple more things that sold today, but I'm not shipping those until tomorrow, so I'll show you those tomorrow. But first thing is this Canon adding machine. This is a model CP1200D2, and this sold for $27.75. Total of $36.25, and it did take this some time to sell. I probably had this six to 8 months. Paid $2.99 for it, so decent return on that. And I do sell adding machines. I kind of always look for the higher end ones, but they do sell. They just take a while. These are the Peter Millar loafers that I mentioned yesterday. I paid $4.99 for these. I took a best offer of $25 plus shipping on these, so $32.80 shipped out the door. And finally, bought this for $1, and I had it for a long time. This is a vintage juicer. This is what the juicers look like in the old day. This is made by Rival, I believe, and it's called a juicerette. And basically, yeah, let's get that down in there. Here we go. You would put the half of orange or grapefruit or whatever lemon that you're juicing, and then literally just crank this down on it, and you would have a glass or a measuring cup or something underneath here to catch the juice. Really a simple, very simple operation. Comes out through a slot behind this. This is vintage, probably 50s or 60s. I believe this is from the 1950s. Finally, this sold for a total of $27.40 shipped. So there's my three items. What am I saying? There's my three items that I'm going to ship out today. I did sell one more item on Amazon, my super secret item, but yeah, I'm going to get that out today. So I went to 4 thrift stores today, and they're normal ones that I hit, and they're just bare bones. There's not a lot on the shelves. There's just not good prices. So I'm going to have to expand out a little bit, my radius a little bit, and look for some other ones. But my sister, my nephew, and my mom are coming to visit me tomorrow from out of state, and they're coming here strictly just to thrift. They just want to go thrifting with me. So they are driving up tomorrow, and we'll have lunch, go thrifting for 4 or 5 hours, and then they'll drive back home. It's absolutely insane, but I do it to them all the time. Drive 3 hours, spend 3 hours with them, and drive 3 hours back. But that way we get to spend time together. Let me show you just a couple of items that I did find. I think 3 found, just 3 items. And the first one is this Yo Gabba Gabba little theater thing. And you all saw another one in another video that I made that was like this boombox kind of thing that played music. And I haven't figured out the mechanics of this one yet or tested it yet. But this one is similar. It is different. It's not as big, as heavy as the other one. But it does something, because it does have batteries. So I'm going to test this and make sure it works. But I paid $1.99 for this, and it'll go for about 30 bucks. The Yo Gabba Gabba stuff is very, very popular, very desirable. This is a Hello Kitty karaoke machine. It's also a CD player. It is untested, but I paid $3.99 for this. And if it works like it should, I should get between $30, $35 for that. And then the final thing that I bought, and I have not looked this up, and let me do that real quick to get an idea of what it will bring. This is an older model or lower end model. I paid $3.99 for it. It's a vacuum sealer, and I always like to buy those when I find them. They tend to do fairly well for me. Trying to find this particular model. Anyway, let me show you this, because I will have to test this as well. But usually these work fine. I haven't come across many that don't work when I buy them. $3.99 for this. I should get between 30 and 40 for this guy. And it does have a partial roll of bags inside that I can test it with. But yeah, I always like to buy these, especially when I find them for a good deal. So the white ones are usually a little less desirable, but I should still be able to get at least $30 for this. So that's what I bought today. Didn't spend a lot of money, didn't find a lot, but remember, I'm trying to focus on items that are higher return. I'm trying to stay over $20 as a return. on my investment, and I'm just not buying those smaller things. So we were talking about change this morning, and I wanted to share with you one of the behaviors that I have that will not change my business drastically, but it will change my mindset some. But it is something that I'm going to try doing in the next couple of weeks, really focus on this, and that is not buying things for nostalgic reasons or because they're cool without checking to make sure that they're profitable items. Because a lot of times I will see, man, that is so awesome, I just love it, I remember back in the day, and then I buy it, and I've usually invested $1, $2 or less in it, you know, a couple bucks in it, and I'll get it home, and while it still has the cool factor, it's worth $8. So, you know, I don't want to keep doing that, because those 50 cents and dollars and $2 add up. Plus, I end up with all this clutter around me because, you know, I'm like, I'm not going to list the $8 thing. And then I end up redonating it or giving it to somebody. And I just don't want to perpetuate that behavior. So I'm really going to work at toning things down and not buying things based on the fact that I think they're cool or that they remind me of something, you know, from my childhood or something like that. The perfect example of today, I saw some more of those vintage TV trays. I did not look them up, but they're 10 TV trays. How you know, how much money could they be worth? So, for example, I'll look one up right now. There's only one sold, and it actually brought $24.78, but it's not in very good condition. The one that I saw is not very good condition. It's a Puff-A-Lumps 1987 Fisher-Price Easter Spring TV tray. This one sold for $24.78, but there's only one sold. And I bet if I look, there's one listed for $37.50. I may run back over there and pick that up tomorrow. I'm going to be there. But I didn't buy because I thought, you know, how much can it be worth? The other one that I almost bought with it, though, was a 1987 Hasbro G.I. Joe metal folding tray. And it looks like there are two solds. Let's see. Let me just do the search for that. There are actually several solds, with most of them being in the $12.50 to $15 range. There are a couple that have sold for like $20 or $22, but the one that I saw was not in very good condition. So, you know, I did not buy those, but I wanted to. I really, really wanted to. But you know, until I learn to always check, always check, I'm just not going to spend, you know, $1, $1.50 for an item. I know that's not a lot of money, but do it 10 times. And now you're at $10, $15. Do it 100 times, because it's easy to do 100 times. And, you know, it's added up. So that's the behavior that I'm going to try and curb. The other thing that I'm going to try and do is be more consistent. And I'm the consistently most inconsistent person I know. And it is really a struggle. But I'm really going to try to be more consistent and make sure I'm listing things regularly. And I don't know if I can hit that goal of 15 a day. It seems like I do 30 one day and 10 the next day, or none the next day, or 25. So I'm going to try and be a little more consistent with my listings, and maybe use the scheduling feature so that I can schedule things that I've written the listing for and taken the picture for today to start tomorrow. So I don't even have to worry about listing tomorrow. It'll happen automatically. But anyway, that's where I'm at today. I'm going to go ahead and get these things shipped. I'm going to try to get a couple of these listed. I still have to go to the the post office this afternoon. One thing I wanted to share with you is I showed you, I think yesterday in a video or the day before in a video, this George Foreman propane grill that I bought for $5. Yesterday I cleaned it up and I put a propane tank on it because it takes the little bottle. Put the propane tank on it and made kufta kebabs yesterday for dinner, and they were to die for. They were so good. It actually cooked them rather nicely. They didn't get crispy like I would have wanted had it been an open flame situation, because this is like a grill surface that is not open, and it's non-stick. But it cleaned up really nicely. I cooked them quickly, and I'm really pleased with it overall. So I'm really excited about that. I'm so excited about that, in fact, that I'm going to do kufta kebabs again tonight. Last night they were beef. Tonight we'll make lamb. I'm trying to eat less meat, but I'm just having a run of it, you know, the last couple of days. So, you know, get back on that horse tomorrow. But anyway, that's all I've got for you guys today. Remember, the dream works when you do. So keep dreaming and keep working, and I will see you the next time.